Hi Year 4. In today's lesson on multiplication and division, we will be looking at a multiplication strategy called the area model. Sometimes this area model is referred to as the box model, or some people like to call it the window model. So this is used for when we are multiplying numbers that are 2-digit by 1-digit or 2-digit by 2-digit, and you can also do it for larger numbers. Okay, so I will show you the grid that we need to draw to work out this 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. Okay, so it looks kind of like a rectangle there that's cut in half. So what we need to do on this side of the rectangle is write our single digit number. Okay, so you can see that the single digit number there is a 5. So I will write a 5 there. Okay, now the 13 is made up of 2 digits. Okay, this one represents the 10 and this represents 3 singles. Okay, 3 little ones. So what we need to do is we need to write the 10 from here above this box. Okay, and then we write the 3 that makes the 13 above this box. Now what we need to do is we need to times these numbers together. Okay, so this makes it a little bit easier than going what's 13 times 5. We break it down and it's easier to multiply. So we ask ourselves what is 5 times 10? Okay, so 5 times 10 is 50. So you write 50 in that box. Okay, and then we do what is 5 times 3. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15. So we write that in that box. Okay, now the last step we need to do is add those two numbers together. Okay, so I will do a 50 plus 15 and add those up and I will get 65. Okay, so 65 is my answer. Okay, so 13 times 5 is 65. I'm going to show you another example. Okay, let's do 18 times 3. Okay, so again, we draw our rectangular box for our area model. Okay, as this side is the single box, okay, we do our single digit number, which is the 3, and then we break up 18 into the 10 and then the single 8. So we write 10 there and 8 above there. Okay, now we start in our first cell, which is this one here, and we go 3 times 10. Okay, 3 times 10 is 30. So we write 30 in that box. Okay, and then we move over to our second cell, 3 times 8, okay, which is 24. And then we add these two together. So we add 30 plus 24 equals 54. Okay, and that is our answer. So we write it back over here. Okay, all right, now let's have a go at another one, a harder one. Let's look at 4 times 46. Okay, because sometimes it might be written as a 2-digit number first multiplied by the single digit, or sometimes it's a single digit multiplied by the 2-digit. Doesn't matter, you still do your same rectangle with 2 boxes there. Okay, so we write our single digit again on that side with the 1 box times, now this one is broken up into that 4 represents 40. Okay, so we do a 40 here, and then we do our 6 over here. Okay, now when we multiply this first cell here, this box here, we do 4 times 40. Okay, now the easiest way to do that is 4 times 4, because we should know our 4 times tables, which is 16. Okay, so we write a 16 there, but it's not just 4 times 4, it's 4 times 40. So what we need to do is add that 0 onto our 16 there, and it becomes 160. Okay, and then we do what is 4 times 6, okay, and that equals 24. And like we did here, our next step is to add those up together. So 160 plus 24, okay, and that equals 184. And we write it back at the front where our answer is. Okay, so that is a single digit by 2-digit. Now I'm just going to extend you to have a look at 2-digit by 2-digit, because this method can also be used for that. Okay, so let me tell you an example of 23 times 35. Okay, so we've got our 2 digits multiplied by our 2 digits. Okay, so what we need to do for our area model, it just looks a little bit different. Okay, instead of our 2-cell box, okay, now we're going to have a 4-cell box because we have 4 digits all together that we're working with. So you can draw a square like this. Okay, cut it in half, cut it in quarters. All right. Now, it doesn't really matter which way you write these numbers, whether it goes at the top here or down the side, but you do need to split them up as we have here with our 2-digit numbers. So you can do this one here, 23 would be a 20 and a 3. Okay, put our times sign there. And then this one is 30 and 5. So we put our 30 there and our 5 there. Okay, now it's really important that you understand how we're going to multiply this box. Okay, so we start with our first cell, second cell, third cell, fourth cell. Okay, so we're going to start with our first one. So you need to do 30 times 20. Now that sounds really hard, but if you do 3 times 2 or 2 times 3, okay, you get 6. So we write a 6 in there. But it's not just 6, okay, it's actually 600 because we add that 0 and that 0 on. Okay, so 30 times 20 is actually 600. You do 3 times 2, which is 6, and then you add those 2 zeros on. Then you move over to your second cell, okay, so moving across weight. So you do 30 times 3, okay, so again, like you just did there, break it up. 3 times 3 is 9, but it's not just 3 times 3, you need to add that 0 on to make it 90. Okay, we move to our third cell down here. So now we're doing like a backwards L shape. Okay, so 5 times 20. Okay, so I would go 5 times 2, which is 10, but you add on that 0 there, okay, for the 20. And then our last box here is our fourth cell. So we're doing our single digits, our 5 and our 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. And just like we have done over here, we need to add up as our last part of our problem. So I'm going to do 600 plus this 100. Okay, that equals 700. Okay, then I'm going to do 90 plus 15. Okay, that equals 105. And the last step I need to do here is my 700 plus my 105 equals 805. Okay, so that is one way that we can solve our multiplication. This is my favorite way. I love it more than algorithms, okay, because sometimes you get lost with adding zeros and things like that. This is really good and it breaks it down and simplifies it. You just have to be confident with your times tables. Okay, so we can do single digit by 2 digit, or you can do 2 digit by 2 digit. You can even do 3 digit by 3 digit, 4 digit by 4 digit, and keep going. You just need to do your bigger boxes. Okay, so if you're doing a 3 digit, you do 3 boxes at the top and 3 down the side. Okay, this comes in handy when we do get to our measurement topic on area, where, for example, if you are trying to find the area of this square here, okay, you might measure, well, I'm not going to do a square actually, I'll make it more rectangular. Okay, and say that this side is 5 meters and this side is 2 meters, okay, and then you'd multiply those together. Okay, 5 times 2 altogether, 10 meters squared. Okay, so that is an example of how we would use that in our measurement topic as well. All right, thanks you for.